Hello, hello, folks. We are back. Isn't that wonderful? So, what are we doing today? What did we do in the past? In the past, we did stuff that didn't work. So today we are here to fix it. What didn't work? Did we see this at the end of the last video? I think we did, right? So the problem is you have in the special options, we only have special options on several items that feature or require special options. And if there's an item that doesn't have special options, then they aren't shown, which is what we made this conditional logic for. We said dynamic data. If the query results count of the special options field, of that field, if that query result is more than 0, then it's going to show. If not, then it's not going to show. So if we go to the front end, we see that what is this? The school leaving certificate does have special options because you can pick if it includes an attachment or not. Same for the divorce decree. It has a special option, which is it 2 or 3 pages long. And all the others don't, right? They don't have special options, which actually breaks the calculation. And that's the problem we have. Because the calculation, go away. The calculation goes defaults plus specials times how many times urgency. But if specials doesn't exist, then the calculation field it breaks down in tears and cries. So we don't want the calculation field to cry. So what do we need to do? We need to find a way where actually the specials field is always in the DOM, but it's just not displayed. So we're using CSS to hide it. That's the first thing we're going to do. So we're going to get rid of these conditions here. So let's get rid of this. And now we go and give this option. Is it? No, we give this one, right? We give it a data attribute. We're going to call it data hyphen spec. And the value is going to be query results, this thing. Am I right? Am I thinking right?
Yeah, I would just put some text before it, like count minus or something. Just so, I don't know.
Yeah.
You never know what happens if you just have a number. I think it works in the data attributes, but just
And now what we
make
can
sure.
do is that because this dynamic data is going to say 0, 1, 2, whatever. And now all we need to do is write some CSS here for the root. No, wait, wrong brackets. Square brackets, and then data spec equals 0, count 0.
I think so.
If it is count 0, then it's display none. And then we looked into the DOM and we found that the display none is overridden by something else. And we were too lazy to figure out what it was. So we're just going to go important. And then I think we're also, just for good measure, should we try without visibility? Let's try without visibility.
Yeah, should work.
Because it's just here. It's just piling on to more CSS than necessary. So we can see that all the item total shit works now. And the special options aren't displayed. But if we look at the DOM, whoops, would be this one. There, right? So there we go. There it is, but it's not displayed. So we're good. And so if I say I want an apostille, I want 3 of them, 4 of them, and then bada boom, this works. And this item total is going to work as well. So we want a school leaving certificate. We want it the next day. We would want just one of them. And there we go. Okay. What are we going to do today now that we fixed the mistakes from the past? First of all, let's do something really simple. We're just going to add this upload file field, right? Because it's just not there yet. So we're going to add it. File. There. Oh, hey, we also need to add this text area, don't we?
Yes.
Right? If it's if it's other docs, And then that text area, isn't there something we need to do in ACF for that?
Yeah, not an AC. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, we do. Yeah, we
had,
need to.
yeah, we thought about, in my test, I just had a condition that said if the type is, the single item title contains others,
Mm-hmm.
then show the text area.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, we might want the text area in other
That's right.
places or for
Exactly. So,
other items. So we thought maybe it would be more smarter to have an ACF field where you can just select for this item if you want to show the text
that's right.
area or not.
Yeah. So the file upload doesn't need much else except, of course, file underscore and then the post slug.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's literally all we need, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you can also say what kind of files you accept and stuff, but
yeah,
that's not so important now. It has a lot of labels. Have you seen that? The file field has a lot of labels that you can customize, but it's I wish you could do that somewhere
What do you mean?
else.
But where?
If you go to the labels,
Oh,
there's a lot of options there. And
yikes.
yeah, you
All
won't
right,
need,
of course, yeah.
because it also has an image editor, I think. I never tried it, but it seems you can activate an image editing tool that you can
Yeah.
crop stuff, and that's going to have a lot of labels.
I even
So
seem to remember that the image editing tool just got added a couple versions ago.
I never tried it, but
Yeah.
you can change all the labels for all of that, and it's a lot of
Yeah.
work. But
It is a lot of work,
thankfully,
but
we
yeah,
usually don't need the labels.
oh my God, look at that.
Yes, I was like,
Wow.
oh my God, please. But
Jeez, that's a
you only
lot.
have to change
Yeah.
them if you're not using English or
Yes. Or if you want to customize it in some way.
customize it, and if you're
Locale.
using the thing.
Right. And then shit, man.
Yeah, I think that's new. The locale.
Like
Oh, whatever.
depending on what locale is set in WordPress. Okay. That's insane, man.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
amazing. I mean, I've never seen that in a
No.
form plugin or anything that you can just literally edit the files you're uploading. That is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But for our intents and
We're done.
purposes, we got what we need.
For now.
So let's add an other item. So we're gonna go here, we're gonna call this oh, and I remember we already made that and we didn't delete that. Okay, so we're just gonna explain in a moment to our nice audience what we did here. But so this, whatever other items you want to have translated, like, so let's say I have, I don't know, a personal letter that I wrote to a friend in Ukraine, and I want to have it translated to Ukrainian. So it's not a divorce decree, it's not a driver's license, it's just a letter, and I want to have that translated. So what needs to happen in the thingamabob here is you get to select, hey, I want another item to be translated, and then we need a text field where you can specify what that item is, right? You can provide any information about that, or if it's more than one item, right? It's just a text field for more information. And that's why we made an ACF field, just a check, where we can say, want a comment field for this item. If this translation item requires further input from the user, for instance, if they order other items and need to specify, set a check here, and we just say yes, right? Right. And just to show that in ACF, for completeness sake, we go to field groups, translation items, go to want a comment field for this item, and it's a true false field. And in terms of presentation, the first time we did this, it was literally just a tiny check box here. And it was we even had it at the bottom, so it easily got overlooked. And then we saw that here you can have a stylized UI, and we can use a stylized checkbox, which is this checkbox, which is more, it's bigger, it's easier to hit, so, and it's easier to see. So that's really all it is. So it's a true false thing. So we now need to go back to proforms and need to add a field and give it conditions, right?
Mhm.
So it's just
And now we can use the bricks
text.
conditions actually because it's not a calculation field, so it doesn't matter if it's not in the DOM.
That's right. That's right. Text area. So
Yeah.
we put it before the file upload, and we go comments underscore post slug. Please provide additional information about your choice here. And we go to conditions. We go to dynamic data, right?
Mhm.
We pick that field we made, which is ACF EN comment field, is equal to true.
Yeah,
And then,
there it
yeah,
is.
other documents gets a text field, and not other documents get no text field.
Nice.
Look at how efficient we're being. It's just.
We're doing it right on the fly. We never tried this before.
Exactly. Yeah, we have no idea. Yeah, we this is just, we just came up with this. And the thing is, like, look at how happy we are, not knowing the landmines we're just putting in front of ourselves. We just have no idea. It's just gonna bite us in the ass later. So let's just enjoy the happiness now. What next? What do we do next?
Conditions.
Do we
The
do
conditional
conditions?
wrapper
We
that
do a
hides
wrapper.
all the options.
Yeah. I like wrappers. Should we call him Eminem? Check.
You don't need a checkbox, you need a conditional wrapper.
Oh, of course. It's the weekend. Okay, so my brain is on
Yeah.
power saving mode.
I was in the bar yesterday, so
There we go. So
my brain
we're
is-
both not really fully present. Okay, so we put the dev options in here. We put the how many. We put the urgency in here. The spec options, text area, file upload, item total. I believe yes. So the conditional wrapper is fine.
We will know.
Later, I'm gonna come up with something serious later, probably, and if not, who cares?
Never.
Who cares? We just need to beat that reputation that Germans have of not being funny. We just need to work hard to beat that. So one thing, Daniele, if you're watching, is that whenever
You were so loud now.
Hmm?
I think he heard you now.
I think he heard me.
You were
Yeah,
so
I
loud.
mean, he does live in the same state as me. So whenever we put a conditional wrapper, we manually need to set its width to 100%, which shouldn't be
Because it's a
necessary.
div
But
and not a block.
yeah. But I mean, the thinking here actually does make sense, because it's just supposed to be a div. It's just a div, right? Like nobody says that by default it has to be a block.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Daniel is fine. We're letting that one slide. He's off the hook. And what's the condition? We need a condition for this, don't we? So conditions is if this one here, this field, wait, the def options obviously don't need to be, it shouldn't be in there. It should be up here. So this field, that's the condition for this wrapper. Conditions, add conditions. And now obviously we're not using bricks conditions. We're using proforms conditions, because the condition here is dependent on another proforms field. So yeah, add item. Form field is not empty.
Yes, I would say that should work.
Look at how easy this is. Okay,
Looks
so
good.
I want an apostille, yes. And I get to pick whatever shit I want to do with that apostille. And I want, wait, why?
Because others don't have options. I think we need to put in some
Oh
base
yeah. We
options.
need to fix the item up. We need to fix this up here. Default options.
Yeah. We
information,
need at
right?
least the option price was 0. I don't know if that's
Is 0 because that's going to
because you
be,
don't know.
yeah, because Natalia is going to tell them what it's going to cost. Oh yeah, it did save other documents, so that works.
Mhm.
So what next?
The total
The
sum
total, yeah.
of everything.
Let's do the Uber total.
The Uber.
The Uber total. The major total. Calculation. Now we're going to witness something that, first of all, obviously the Uber total shouldn't be part of the item, because what the Uber total gives us is just the total amount of money we're spending on all items, right? So that's what we're calculating here. Subtotal total. Okay, so we're going to call this, I'm just going to call it a subtotal.
If you have other documents, it's 0, and if you say it's your price, then I would say like estimate or something.
Your estimate, yeah, you're right.
Because otherwise they say, hey, you said it's 0. That's
Yeah,
nice.
exactly.
Thank you.
I thought the other documents were free. I mean, the other documents, obviously this, whatever this lorem ipsum is going to be replaced then with
Info.
whatever other options you want to, yeah, there's going to be a text here saying the price can't be predicted. We're going to tell you, please provide information.
And we can keep it in mind for the summary and maybe add some stuff there. Some conditional things that say if someone selected other documents, there's going to be a text. We're going to get back to you with the info, blah, blah, blah.
That's right. Was there something else we needed to do besides position fixed? I don't think so.
The calculation.
The actual calculation.
Just make it look pretty.
20 RAM. Right. 0. And I mean, we could still place it wherever we want, but just for now. Why is it not? What am I doing wrong?
Maybe it's just a reload bug.
Perhaps. Yeah. Top 25 VH. Okay, let's reload and see what happens. And let's reload here. And plus, it's not substituting. Why is it?
Maybe it's the relative position there.
Yeah, but it's fixed. But I mean, I told it to be position fixed, not absolute. So it shouldn't be giving
on the parent thing.
This one.
I don't know. Let me. I can't see so well. Maybe it's in the proforms.
It shouldn't be inside the items
Now
thing to begin with, right? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you know what? So we tried this 2 times behind the scenes, and the first time it blew up in our faces, and it wasn't calculating. Perhaps because we still had it inside the items wrapper.
But did we?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
And why is the position fixed not working?
Yeah. I might. Oh, I can't look at the side.
I mean, this is correct CSS. I don't see any. I don't see any mistakes in the CSS.
On the subtotal field.
Oops. Right.
It looks good to me, but isn't the position fixed like the absolute, that if the parent is relative, then it orientates on the parent? So maybe the proform.
I think fixed doesn't give a shit about anything.
Is it? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think only absolute is listens to parents with relative.
Then why?
Yeah, why?
Check the DOM.
Because literally 20 minutes ago it was working. I swear to God. DOM. And look, it's still, and now the thing. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I'm going to pause the recording. Well, yeah, we'll be back.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure you guys have been screaming at your screen. Oh, God. So for those of you who didn't see it, we missed this colon. The colon was missing. And we all know that, colons are necessary. We need colons to survive. So, yeah. Let's just not talk about this. Let's just pretend this didn't happen. And since there's no video, there's no video evidence of this. As far as I remember, I don't think. we're recording this, right? We're not recording this. So anyway, now it's working. We have the content. We put in the, we told it that we want it to be displayed or formatted as a currency format. And now we need the formula. And the formula is literally, it's very simple. But it's also very genius because this only works because very recently Daniela implemented a feature to make it work. So we want to add up all the totals from all the items, right? So we go to our friend Eminem here, and we go to item total, and we can see that the custom ID of this field is always item total underscore post slug. So we have item total underscore driver's license, item total underscore assurance of naturalization, and so on. So what we want to happen is that all of these totals need to be added up. And Daniele implemented wildcards for this. So I go here, and instead of this post slug thing, I just put an asterisk, and then it works. You will see. You will see how it works. This time, if it doesn't work, I'm totally cutting it out until it works. So we want other
good.
documents.
Looks
so
good
the
already.
other documents always cost 0, but we can already tell it's working, right? 3570. We want 2 of them. That's 7140. And here we go, right?
Yes.
Bingo.
I
See how
had a
easy
dog.
things work, and if you do them right, this is what I learned.
Makes it
then
so much
then things
easier.
work. The problem is always between the screen and the chair.
My dad always said the problem is between your ears.
There, yeah, too. That's true. Okay, I think we're good for today. I don't think we need to do
Yeah.
anything more. What we're going to do next time, but we haven't prepared this yet, is to add the language fields. Like if I go to SN translations, let me show you guys. Order -en. Here, right? What we want to have happen, and I believe I mentioned this in the intro video, is that if the source, the country of issuance is not Germany, then the assurance of naturalization isn't even an option that becomes available, right? And same for like if it's Ukraine, then the school leaving certificate, non-managed, and all that stuff becomes available, and otherwise it doesn't. So we want to build that conditional logic, and that's going to be the subject of the next video. For today, we're signing out. We're going back to our weekends with our brains on energy saving mode, and we wish you a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.